It was raining the night I lost myself. The kind of rain that makes the world look like it is weeping with you. Heavy, unrelenting, full of sorrow. I remember standing at a dimly lit bus stop long after the last bus had gone. The city asleep. My heart pounding with a quiet panic that words could not explain. Everything I had built had fallen apart. Friends had vanished. Plans had dissolved. And the life I thought I understood was now a puzzle scattered at my feet. I had hit the bottom, that invisible place people talk about but never truly describe. The air smelled of wet asphalt and regret. Somewhere nearby, a cat scurried under a flickering streetlight, chasing shelter. I wished I could do the same, find some corner of the world that did not demand strength from me anymore. But I stood still, soaked and silent, because sometimes you reach a moment where running no longer works. That night, something inside me cracked. Not from weakness, but from truth. As I walked toward the edge of the old neighborhood park, I noticed a faint light coming from a small wooden kiosk. Inside sat an elderly man brewing tea over a tiny stove. His presence felt oddly out of time, as if the world had forgotten him but he had chosen to stay. He looked up at me and said softly, "You look like someone who needs warmth more than tea." I sat down without replying. He poured 2 cups and said, "When I lost everything, I thought I had fallen, but really, I had landed, and there is a difference." He told me that years ago he had been a sailor. A storm had wrecked his ship, and the sea took nearly everything he owned. He washed ashore with nothing but his breath. "That night," he said, "I thought I was done, but it was the first time I learned what life sounds like when you stop fighting it." He paused, letting the rain beat softly against the roof. "Rock bottom," he whispered, "is where the ground finally catches you." His story lingered in me long after I left. I began to see that starting again is not about returning to who we were. It is about meeting who we are becoming. Days later, I took a long walk to clear my thoughts and found myself by the shore at dawn. The sea was calm, its surface glowing gold with sunrise. There, a young woman was gathering pieces of driftwood. She explained she used them to create art, sculptures of birds and trees made from what the ocean left behind. "People throw away what breaks," she said. "I build something new out of it." Her eyes shone with a peace that only comes from surviving the tide. Her words felt like a quiet revelation. Maybe the pieces of me that were scattered could also become something beautiful, not despite the storm, but because of it. There is an old Eastern tale about a farmer whose horse ran away. Everyone in the village said, "Such bad luck." But days later, the horse returned with 3 wild stallions. When his son tried to tame one, he fell and broke his leg. Again the villagers cried, "Terrible misfortune!" But soon after, soldiers came to take all able-bodied men to war, and the son was spared. Each time, the old farmer simply said, "Maybe." The villagers never understood, but the farmer knew something they did not, that life's blessings and losses often wear each other's masks. That story stayed with me because it taught me this: rock bottom is rarely a punishment. It is often preparation. It strips away everything false until only the real remains. In the months that followed, I rebuilt quietly. I took small jobs, slept less, and prayed more. I learned to enjoy the simple things: the warmth of sunlight through a cracked window, the comfort of a kind word, the strength that comes from surviving another day. I was no longer chasing who I had been, I was learning who I could still become. Looking back now, I see that the night I thought would break me was the night that saved me. The man at the tea stall, the woman by the sea, the farmer in the tale, they all live within me now. They remind me that even in ruin there is rhythm. Even in despair there is design. Life never truly ends. It reshapes. If you are standing in your own storm right now, know this: the bottom is not the end. It is the beginning of something steadier, wiser, and more real than you can yet imagine. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe to Legacy Alive, where every fall becomes a foundation and every ending begins again in light. Tell me in the comments, what helped you rise after hitting your own rock bottom?